So for today's video I'm going to be making bone dice. Now bone dice have been used in some form for around the last 7,000 years I believe, and I find them just really quite satisfying objects to use and to make, so hopefully you can have a go at it yourself with today's video. Now the source of bone that you're going to need is, well, you can get it from pretty much anywhere really. I mean, if you have some beef bones from anywhere, you can buy them from the butcher or whatever, but I find the easiest way to get hold of it is to just go to the supermarket or a pet shop and buy filled bone dog treats. Now they come filled with a kind of greasy mixture on the inside which you can just poke out and wash out, but then once you've done that you've got a nice chunk of bone that you can do lots of stuff with. Now when you're out buying these, I would suggest you try and find ones that have got, well, depending on what you want to make really. If you want them for dice, then you need ones that have a good thick chunk of cortical bone at least in one area to make them worthwhile, because you could get several dice out of that bit. Or if you want them for other things such as pins and needles, you want ones that have got good long straight sections that don't bend too much. One like that would be quite good, because that's got a long straight bit. But for the bone dice we need ones that are quite chunky, as we can see there. So that's the bone, and what we'll need now is the tools. So first off, you're going to need a saw. I would recommend a metal hacksaw like this one, but pretty much any saw that's capable of cutting metal or ceramic will be fine. Don't use a wood saw, like don't use one like that or something that's intended for wood, because bone will absolutely destroy it. It's too hard. But anything that can cut metal or ceramic will do grand. So that, junior hacksaw, tile saw, whatever. You'll also need a file. A nice flat engineer's file like that is exactly what you need. You also need some sandpaper, or you could use a board with some sandpaper glued to it. I'd recommend doing that if you've got a couple of minutes spare. Just stick some sandpaper onto a bit of flat wood. It makes the whole thing a lot easier. And you'll need a way of marking out the dots, and I find the best way is to drill in with a 1.5mm drill bit in a hand drill, like that. You could use an electric drill if you're very careful with it, but they're kind of clumsy, and this is what you want. Right, and finally you'll need something to fill in the dots, and you can use model paint. That works fairly well, although it tends to chip out a little bit if you use them a lot. My favourite filling for the dots is a mixture of beeswax and charcoal. Cool, I think that's everything. Let's crack on with making it. Right, there we are. So first thing you want to do is mark out where you want to cut your bone dice from on the bone. So give it a good look over and basically just try and find the widest, squarest bit, and that will allow you to make the biggest dice possible for that bone. So for this one, as we can see, it's got quite a wide chunk here. So if I draw a line across there and there, and then if we go around the side, you see roughly how thick that is. And we'll draw a line roughly the same thickness as the wall, and so we'll end up cutting out that piece there. So that little chunk there should give us enough for at least two, maybe even 3 dice. So yeah, so now that's all cut. Now that's marked out, we'll put it in the vise and carefully put it in the vise, because bone is pretty brittle, and if you squeeze it too hard it does like to break. So go as hard as you dare. That's not going to be very good there. So there we go. Now if you haven't got a vise, you can use a Black & Decker workmate, or even if failing that, you could even cable tie the piece of, or tie the piece of bone to a longer length of wood, and that'll get it, like lash it on, and then you have something more to hold on, won't you? But yeah, that's all. There we go. So now we've got our little chunk of bone. We can see it's a fair way to being square already. So what we'll need to do now is mark out on here using our pencil where we want the dice to be. So there we are, we can take that bit off and that bit off, and we'll end up with a chunk that's roughly square. So now, as you can see, we've got a piece of bone that is a pretty knobbly shape, but there's a square in there. So now you look at it and see which bit is the most out of square. And at the moment that's this outer surface here, which has still got quite a round to it. So we'll put it back in the vise and we'll find it. Let's split it in half first. Right, so once you've got all the really unsquare knobbly bits off it, and it's pretty much roughly a cube, it's kind of up to you how far you take it into how cubic you want it to be. Because I've seen an awful lot of archaeological bone dice that are literally just hacksawed out at the end of a bone. They barely even file them, and they're anything but square. So it's up to you, but I quite like to make them as square as I can, just so you can play fair games with them, really. Or fair. So this is where your bit of your sandpaper, or well, your file, your sandpaper, or your bit of sandpaper glued to a piece of wood will come very in handy. So if you just, first of all, try and make it, if you want to make it truly square, try and make it square in one direction only to start off with. So by that I mean make it square along its length as if it were a rod. So you'll have a square section rod that is the same thickness all the way down. It's just too long to be a square. So we'll do that first. And you could do it just by hand like this. It's easier than holding it in something, and it means you can carefully nibble away at it in the places where it needs to be. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how square that is in that direction. Now I just need to cut it slightly down to make it actually square in the other direction. So I'll probably put that in the vise for this one. Now, you'll sometimes find that, or you'll often find in fact, that correcting the squareness in one plane will slightly mess up the squareness in another. So you've just got to go around very carefully, doing little bits here and there, and trying to make sure it's nicely square. And like I say, they don't have to be exactly perfect, because pretty much no historical example is either. And yeah, that's I'm quite happy with that. That'll be a decent dice, quite a large one as they go. Nice. So for the next bit, we're going to need to put our dots on. Now there may be someone out there who can correct me, but I don't think there is any specific way that a six-sided dice has to be drawn up, as long as all six numbers are on there. So for this, I would recommend using something like a CD pen, a CD marker pen, basically just a permanent marker that has a very thin, fine tip. And then you can just put on the dots where you want them, and that way you don't have to freehand it so much when you're drilling them. Okay, so now the holes are all marked out, we can drill them. Now I would usually use the vise to hold it, but if you haven't got a vise, you can use a lump of blue tack. That works pretty well. So you can put that on something hard and press it right in, and that'll hold it enough to drill the holes quite well. But I have a vise, so I'm going to use it. Now you want to drill in about 1 millimetre. You don't want to go very far. Maybe 0.5 millimetre. Right, so now the dice is drilled, we've got all the numbers marked out. Now we can give it its final finished polish. So we have been using fairly coarse grained sandpaper so far to rough it out to the shape, and we're going to need something a bit finer now. So I've got some 150 grit here. That'll be a good starting polish. So, or starting sand. Put it on something flat and give it a little going over on all its sides. Get it nice and smooth. And if you want to round off the edges and corners a little bit as well, you can do that. Helps it roll a little bit. It's entirely up to you. Nice. So we'll set that aside for a moment. And we'll make our pigment. Okay, so to make the pigment, I'm just burning a little piece of wood here to get some charcoal, and then I'll stub that out on another piece of wood like that. Now I've got some charcoal, make sure it's actually out and that will be more than enough for one dice. Let me put my flame away. So the other ingredient you'll need for this is beeswax. Try and get real beeswax if you can. It's a lot stickier than normal wax. But failing that, if you don't have any beeswax and charcoal, like I said, you can use model paint. I wouldn't advise using permanent markers because they tend to bleed into the bone and it looks a bit messy, and in a way you can't really resurrect. Right, so I'm just going to melt a little bit of beeswax onto the charcoal. Like that. And I'm going to take my stick and just mash the charcoal into the beeswax. Get it as fine as you can, and it will start setting up, but that's okay, keep it moving. And eventually you'll end up with a fairly fine black paste. Right, so there we are. Got a nice bit of that. And all you do is you have to push it really hard into all the holes. And I find if you put it down on the surface that you made it on, you can push the dice into it really nice and hard, and that will fill the holes with this black substance, with the black wax mix. And it's going to look filthy, it's going to look really awful for a moment, but then once you polish it off, it will stay in the holes and come off the dice. So you'll need a little bit of cloth or something you don't really care about. So, looks filthy and horrible, but we'll give it a good buffing with this cloth. And there we go. That's come out fairly well, I think. It's quite a large one as they go. But you can see how the black wax mixture just sticks in there. And I've had these for years and I've never had it come out. So that's a good one in my books. Oh, great. That's that. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. That was how to make bone dice. Or maybe, hopefully, you can give it a crack at home and have some fun with it. All right. Cheers. Bye.